Hey everybody, we're going to learn about peonies today. Hello. So, Tuesday for me, Thursday for you. Hopefully you're watching on Baker, so I haven't meant. Anyway, so we are going to be talking about peonies, like I said. Peonia? I probably should have looked that up first. I think you've gotten it by now. I've been doing this for enough months that I think you figured out that I'm just only prepared on the facts, not on pronunciations. It's the way it is. Peonia officinalis, the peony. So the roots and the petals are what is traditionally used and has various benefits like reducing inflammation. We talked about that. Improving blood flow, alleviating symptoms of anxiety and depression. It also may help with menstrual cramps and it has antioxidant properties. I just finished having my lunch. I had some as authentic as Americans can get Mexican local shop. It's like super cheap and it's like actually pretty healthy because there's no like added ingredients, no additives and crappy stuff. It's just delicious. And I love Mexican food. Anyway, so for more than 1,000 years, the dried root of peony of white peony has been used in ancient Chinese medicine to treat various ailments, including mental health disorders, inflammation, blood flow. The peony might also block chemicals that can cause pain and swelling. I mean, it can. It might also prevent blood clotting, kill cancer cells, act as an antioxidant. Peonies is sometimes called red peony or white peony, and it has nothing to do with the color of the actual flower. It has to do with the color of the processed root, not the color of the flower. Like I said, not flower. My reminders. I didn't do them. My intro. I don't have it down pat yet, so I forget sometimes. I am an herbalist. I am not a doctor. Do your own research. That is super important. And I have all my notes here on the screen, so that's why I look over here. Close my screen. Anyway, thank you for being here. I appreciate it. So people use peony for menstrual cramps, aging skin, cough, epilepsy, psoriasis, and many other conditions. We're going to go there. We have to put these on. Scott. So they're a flowering plant native to Asia, Europe, and Western North America with 40 distinguished species. They are among the most popular garden plants in temperate regions. Most are herbaceous perennial plants up to about a meter tall, but some are woody shrubs stretching up to 11 feet tall. So that's pretty big. They have deeply lobed leaves and large, often fragrant flowers in colors ranging from purple to red to white or yellow, flowering in late spring. So they're flowering right now. Peonies are usually propagated by root division, grafting, division, we said that, seed cuttings. I know I have a friend who said that they're going to give me a cutting once theirs is done blooming. When you don't do things while they're blooming, it stunts and shocks the plants. Or you'll wait until afterwards, if you can. So peony also helps with estrogen issues, so women's health issues. So according to a 2019 research review, the peony root contains phytoestrogens. Boom. These compounds are structurally similar to estrogen and act like estrogen in the body. Plant estrogen, phytoestrogen. Phytoestrogens can help reduce symptoms of menopause, including hot flashes and dryness. The research review found that Chinese herbal medicine, such as white peony root is what it's often called, has the same effects as menopausal hormone therapy. Get off that HRT. Get off. You can figure it out. So it's also really good for anxiety and depression too. Parched. So in a 2020 study on rats, white peony root extract reduced serotonin transporter expression. CERT. Typically, this protein captures serotonin, a chemical that contributes to happiness and well-being. So it can be broken down and recycled. Inhibiting the SERT prevents this process, which increases serotonin and in turn helps reduce symptoms of anxiety and depression. So many people know that. A 2019 study also found that, wow, I'm going to attempt, peoniflorin, a compound present in many herbal remedies or medicines, increases probiotics in the gut. This may also improve the balance of gut bacteria and overall gut microbiome, with which, by the way, has a lot to do with anxiety and depression. It does. White peony root also contains glycosides. These are the compounds with a carbohydrate attached. This includes the peoniflorin and among other compounds. When these glycosides are extracted, when they're removed from the root, they're known as TGP, total glycosides of peony. It's also really good for autoimmune disorders like rheumatoid arthritis, psoriasis, oral lichen planus. I don't know what that is. Sjogren's syndrome. I did look up that one. Don't have it up here. But I did look up the pronunciation of it and wrote it down ahead of time. Proud of me yet? According to a 2020 review, the TGP can regulate your immune system, the total glucosides of peony. TGP has been found to help treat autoimmune conditions effectively. It says it. I have all the links in the description below, so you can go and check it out for yourself. And each of these research studies have, like in the articles, when they cite the research study, you can actually click on that and go see the research study. So I think it was pretty cool. Anyway, helps with inflammation, because all plants help with inflammation. All of them. If I am wrong, please correct me. But I'm pretty positive all of them do. And blood flow helps lower bilirubin levels. I don't have more in-depth information on the blood flow. Well, I sort of do. It'll come up. That lowers the bilirubin levels. Basically, it's really good for your liver. Liver? Yes. But it's also really good for skin wrinkles. Peony contains a chemical called Peoniflorin. It's coming up a lot. Early research suggests that applying a specific cosmetic product containing like 0.5% of that word for 8 weeks might will reduce facial wrinkles. It's also good for muscle cramps. Um, if you, they suggest that taking a specific combination of peony and licorice might ease muscle cramps in people with liver cirrhosis and in people undergoing hemodialysis. It helps with rheumatoid arthritis. RA is a big one. I know quite a few people with it. And those are usually linked to, from my understanding and experience, and not experience as in like personal experience, but understanding other people's experiences, RA often comes with something else. It's usually the secondary autoimmune disease. Like, I don't know anybody who has just RA. Usually have that and something else. Anyway, point is that it can help. Early research suggests that taking a peony product along with the drug methotrexate, oh, I've heard that, for 3 months might reduce test markers for swelling in people with RA better than taking methotrexate alone. Whatever. Anyways, it'll also help with gout, osteoarthritis, breathing problems, cough, skin diseases, hemorrhoids, heart trouble, stomach upset, spasms, usually muscle spasms, nerve problem, migraine, headache, chronic fatigue syndrome. And this can be taken in like capsule form, tincture, powder. Peony root is a diuretic, a sedative, and a tonic. So the plant is known for its antispasmodic, analgesic, anti-inflammatory, or the antis again. It has all those effects. Greeks used it to treat epilepsy and promote menstruation. So obviously, don't have it while you're pregnant. European herbalists used the root as an antispasmodic and to soothe nerves. In Chinese medicine, white peony was used to treat hypertension, chest pain, muscle cramping, spasms, and fever. Nowadays, it's just widely used to treat menstrual cramps and menstrual irregularities. So, I mean, it's still used. You're going to see it in some usually high-end skincare or high-end natural over-the-counter hormonal drugs. Sorry, couldn't get the word out. So peony contains 18 constituents, 18 active constituents responsible for inhibiting blood coagulation and platelet aggregation. The active constituents include peoniflorin. Yeah, it's okay. Goofiness. Catechin, and pinole. The anticoagulant effect of peony supports healthy blood circulation, which prevents certain cardiovascular diseases. We know it as Peonia officinalis. It has been historically used medicinally for centuries. Hippocrates specifically used it to treat epilepsy. There's another Arab physician, Ben el-Batir, even recommended wearing a necklace of peony seeds to ward off epilepsy in children because it has energetics as well. The medicinal parts of the peony include its dried, ripe seeds, fresh underground parts like the roots, harvested in spring, and It contains beneficial compounds such as flavonoids, anthocyanins, tannins, alkaloids, saponins, and volatile oil, contributing to the different healing properties. The plant has been widely used in Western phytotherapy, especially in double-flowered red varieties. I think that I don't. Just because somebody uses it in a certain variety over others doesn't mean that they're not all very potent, and it's just usually what they grow, I think. Peony was once a staple in European medicine, primarily in the 19th century. So it has the greatest impact traditionally on the female hormonal system. It comes from the buttercup family, and there's a North American, there's a Californian, there's quite a few different varieties of peony. And they have slightly different properties, but they're all used in women's health. In folklore, peony was believed to have divine origins, thought to emanate from the moon and shine at night, protecting shepherds and their flocks. Here you go. So I'm going to stick this in a different area that I normally do. I usually do at the end, but I'm going to stick it in here. Peony officinalis is native to mountainous regions of southern Europe, from Portugal to Albania, Hungary, and parts of Asia Minor. It thrives in mountain woodlands, but it is widely cultivated in gardens worldwide for its beauty and medicinal value. Cultivation involves harvesting both roots and flowers. The roots are dug up in the spring and then cleaned and dried in the sun, or through artificial methods, dehydrators, freeze dryers, artificial. The flowers, primarily from the Peonies officinalis, are picked shortly after blooming, quickly dried in the shade or under moderate sunlight to preserve their quality. And that's how the petals are usually used. So it helps. We're going to go over some more of the benefits: respiratory and skin health, like eczema. It can help relieve symptoms of respiratory discomfort. It helps with digestive and I can't think of the word. Basically, digestive health and that whole digestive tract from in to out. Okay, peony is used to treat fissures in the digestional tract and that are often associated with hemorrhoids. The root has been traditionally used in suppositories to relieve anal and intestinal spasms, providing relief from discomfort and pain. So it also helps with, we did touch on it, but arthritis and gout. So because it's anti-inflammatory and analgesic, it is a very useful remedy for gout or for rheumatoid arthritis because it reduces the pain, being the analgesic, and, well, anti-inflammatory. So it helps with neurological and nervous system support. So it's been widely used to treat neurasthenia, neuro. I'm going to put that up there. I'm not going to even attempt. Migraines and certain disorders like epilepsy. Because it's antispasmodic and it's sedative, so it helps manage the nervous debility and excitable symptoms of both of your any sort of neurological or nervous system. So we talked about how it works with the women's hormonal health. It's an emmenagogue, so it stimulates menstruation and can have an abortive effect if you are pregnant. Do not use if you're pregnant. Don't use it if you're pregnant. It's highly regarded for balancing hormones, particularly in women with estrogen-related imbalances. The peony benefits for women are especially evident in middle-aged, menopausal women who show signs of estrogen excess, such as being flushed, warm, or plump. Yeah, it makes you gain weight. It's not fun, believe me. Peony is believed to help the liver break down harmful bad estrogens into good ones, promoting hormonal balance. Yes, part of our hormonal balance comes from our liver. And I personally am finding that it's not easy to balance your hormones. It's not easy to fix your liver. It's fixable, but I gotta. But it's not about fixing. It's about permanency. It's like fix, go bad, fix, go bad. I wanted to just to stay good. I don't keep on backtracking. I'm not sure what I'm doing. I've even like gone for months without having any sort of alcohol just to test, and it doesn't change anything for me because mine is not related to alcohol. But I'm working on it. I'm still here. I ain't going anywhere. So I have time to fix it. Just a little bit. Sooner to fix, better. Anybody have suggestions? Anyway, younger women who are sensitive to estrogen and experience symptoms like excess heat can benefit from peony's cooling and balancing effects, which can help regulate hormone-related discomfort. Peony's historical and current uses make it a valuable natural remedy for managing both menstrual and menopausal symptoms. So, we're going to go into the dosage guidelines and other sort of potential side effects. Now, here's your thing. We said, do not have it when you're pregnant. Nope, no, don't. If you overdose, you can have gastrointestinal distress, allergic reaction, hormonal imbalance, sedation, results in drowsiness and fatigue. When taken in large amounts alongside, or especially alongside other sedatives, do not combine. Do not recommend. 1 out of 10. 0 out of 10, really. So let's see. When taken by mouth, peony may be safe for up to 12 months. So you can have it for 12 months. That is something that you could take so this might be something for me. I can't get a peony to grow in my yard. I've tried multiple times. Hoping my friend gives me a cutting and hopefully it'll work. I don't know. I've made sure all my zone is correct, obviously. The moisture, the pH, everything, and I can't get it to grow. It just goes, bye-bye. I'll figure it out. Science experiments. I love them. Okay, so no having it while you're pregnant. It does not recommend it to have while you're breastfeeding. Children must be at least 1 year old. If you have any bleeding disorders, peony might slow blood clotting. So no using if you have blood disorders. Hormone-sensitive conditions such as breast cancer, uterine cancer, ovarian cancer, endometriosis, and uterine fibroids. Peony extract might act as an estrogen, which could potentially make those worse. so don't use peony. After you've had surgery, or before you have surgery even, because it slows down blood clotting and increases the chance of bleeding during and after surgery, don't use peony for at least 2 weeks before and after a scheduled surgery. It will inhibit the words. It will basically not make it'll make your birth control not work. So, no birth control if you want to take peony. It interacts with Dilantin. That's a medication. It interacts with anticoagulants and antiplatelet drugs. It interacts with medications changed by the liver, so the cytochrome P450, A1A2, it's the substrates. If you know what they are, then you know what they are. But basically, if you don't have any of those things, you can have peony in therapeutic doses. So it looks like I double did that. Oh, I don't know why it's not giving me an extra. I thought I wrote it down here. The actual specific dosage. I'm looking. Okay. Peony root tea, extract capsules, or a tincture. If you want to use it for its calming properties, like for sleep, 10 grams of the plant rhizome must be tinctured up so it's 10 grams to 100 milliliters of vodka. After a month, you filter it and you can take up to 30 drops diluted with a small amount of water. It can be taken up to 3 times a day. And remember, that's for a year. Adults must most often use the TGP in the total glucosides of peonies in doses of 600 milligrams by mouth 3 times daily for up to 24 weeks. So I guess you can purchase that. If you want to manage seizures, it sounds like you can actually hang the fresh root around your neck. So that's part of folk medicine. This method allows the body to receive constant small dosage through the vapor emitted from the drying root. Replace the root when it dries out. So it can prevent the smell of it, just the energies, the smells, aromatherapy. Helps with seizures. Peony consumed by tea or tincture. For best results, use small to moderate doses, adjusting based on individual response and guidance. Method ensures minimal risk. It's true. I always say start low, and dose up until you feel it, kind of like with ghost pipe tincture. Start with 1 drops, go to 2 drops, so on and so forth until you feel its effects. So you can grow it, easy to plant and grow, because it does best in part sun or rich, cool, well-drained soil. Stake your peonies because blooms are so big and heavy, they'll just go boom onto the ground. Add compost at the foot of the plant at the beginning of fall, and it will flower more in the spring. I love peonies, and I hope I get to have a successful plant one of these days. Let's see. That was a tough one. There's so much more, but that's all I can fit in today. I mean, that's pretty standard for any of them. I could go even more in depth. I mean, I have one of my podcasts or what, up to almost an hour. And I went super in depth with that one. And I think people weren't so happy that it was so long. Because I'm struggling a little bit with view time. So if you stay till the end, I love you. Thank you so much. I am here every week on Thursdays. It's Rachel at the Herbalist Garden. And I'm going to leave you a bunch of links down below so you can see for yourselves. Because there's a ton I left out. In 30 minutes, you can't cover everything. I appreciate you being here. Check us out over on Facebook. We got the Herbalist Garden group. And it is, I think we're at almost 113K. So that's super fun. We interact daily over there. I don't know. Thank you guys. Thank you so much for being here. I appreciate you so much, especially since you stayed around this long. Let me know what you think. Let me know down below if you have any suggestions for any other herbs, plants to do for a podcast. I do have a list of potential ones for the following weeks. Jewelweed, cleavers, garlic, vervain. But let me just say, I will never run out of a topic. Not with this. I mean, I got plants here. I got plants there. I got a plant up there you can't even see because it's just filtering my air here. And they look pretty. And I'm not putting any more plants in here until I get notice of whether I'm going to keep my office or not. Structures. Restructuring of my work. Anyway, not your problem. Thank you so much for being here. Hope to see you again soon.